Have inspiration.
Hello.
Hey!
Oh.
Hi,
Hello.
Pog.
We goog to go.
Oh, busy. I'm glad they're over. They're more work than they're worth. Bah humbug. No, I had a good time.
Yeah, pretty good.
I got a cat. I got a new cat. And that made my heart grow 3 times. Like the Grinch. Just like the Grinch. Hazelnut.
You're close.
Yeah.
Yeah, holidays were good on my end. Christmas was better the 2 holidays. I was sick over New Year's for no good reason, but overall it was great. Had a good time. Got some new Legos.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, that's just
Lego.
always a good Christmas gift.
Oh yeah.
Always. At any age. Yes, I had the first edition of it. I had the very
I had the
first
first
one.
edition of Lego
With that-
Mindstorms.
With that big ass, like, gray computer USB
It was yellow.
thing. And
Yeah.
It was yellow.
no, the transmitter from the computer was gray. The brick thing was yellow.
Oh yes, yes.
Yes. I still have that. That's in a closet somewhere.
I actually did Lego League, which was
Really?
this kind of junior engineering thing, like middle schoolers, and that was using Lego Mindstorms. So
We used Mindstorms in university for a course one time. Making robots find their way through mazes and follow lines and do sumo wrestling.
Yeah, that was line following ones was one I did a lot. Because it had the programming language was like a drag and drop thing.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and I think they had a built-in program for line following.
No, we had to make our own. That's when you discover that sensors suck. And that you can program it perfectly and it doesn't matter if the sensor sucks. Is it?
Matt was kind of telling me about it.
They've altered the deal.
It's less than ideal.
No, I didn't look at any of it. Yeah. That's what I would vote for. If I get a vote, it's Pathfinder 2e. Because I want to try that. I'll look back at it and I'll see what you guys were talking about. And
If I get a vote, it's specifically not Pathfinder 2e. you can't make me do Vancian casting.
All right. I'm Pathfinder First Edition. All right.
No.
I will veto that one. I don't want to play Pathfinder 1e anymore. I've done that way too much.
And that's how we ended up playing 3.5.
Oh, right. God.
Well, Cashew and Hazelnut are both going to vote for Pathfinder 2.
Cashew and Hazelnut are going to have to make characters then if they're going to vote.
True.
Hey, drugs are bad.
We're gonna break the fourth wall, shatter it.
Is this about just this arc as a whole, or what we remember of the last session? All right. Oh,
All right. I am playing Zephyr, a Air Genasi Tempest Domain cleric of 70 or so years. He's used to be a hermit, and now he has joined the Mistfell Torchbearers on their journey, hoping to be a good influence. Next person. Matt Shrike.
Hi, I play Oven, the Minotaur, or Nomoof, using the correct term, I suppose. Ruin Knight. He gets very big. He smashes things, and he uses big weapons, or anything as a weapon. He is extremely overconfident in pretty much every respect, and very excited about almost everything as well. So, all right, Jazz, tell us about Gruul.
Hey, I'm Jazz. I play Gruul. She is a rogue druid multi-class that kind of grew up in the wilds. And yeah, they're excited to figure out what's happening in Larrington. And I guess that just leaves Dougal.
yeah, just Dougal. Hi, I'm Hats. I play Dougal. Dougal is a wizard, uh, relatively recent graduate of Misfell Polytechnic, or Polytechnic, Polymagic. Wow, it has been a while. Um, and he has no self-confidence whatsoever. He does not think he is very good at this whole magic thing, and he only graduated by a pretty narrow margin. Everyone else does their best to pump him up, but limited success.
D's get degrees.
And everyone else is played by Pog.
Rip. There are systems for that, I'm sure.
Yes.
Tell
All
us,
right.
why are we here?
I can start off. We headed to Larrington initially in search of the Crab Prince. What's it? Bourgeois? What are they called? Uh, yeah, that's probably why I said it. Bourgeois.
What's a
Anyway, so we made our
bargeway?
way to.
About 500 tons.
Anyways, so the Crab Prince had been captured from the cereal mines, and that could be a problem because if the population grows without a Crab Prince to lead them, they're going to overflow, and it's going to be a disaster. And so we are headed to Larrington on its trail, where we discovered that it is kind of an academy city set up to train wizards and their support. And we got there, and we rapidly kicked ass and took names and rose in the ranks. And we got into the upper academy in record time.
That's Irene.
No.
Is it
Ariane?
Not Irene.
Arian, that's also a character from the other
That's also
campaign.
from Faith.
Names are hard. The top of the class from Misfell Academy
Yes.
came here to better herself and stumbled upon that there were secret cult things going on and was investigating, and then we came across her. We shared information. Continue from there. No, she had... Well, did she come with others or meet them here? I don't know if we learned. that.
Came with
The
her.
big Dragonborn guy.
And his...
I've got his name somewhere. Oh no, oh, sorry, that's Roa. That's not connected to her. It is?
Same person, yeah. Oh yeah, and they did say they were from Misfell, yeah. Because you had seen them before.
Is it an
They...
open question, or is this still targeted?
They being...
Arihan and her retinue.
Yeah, Arihan. I wanted to say Ariane again.
Well, the school here had been making some extreme progress recently in terms of just exactly what they were pulling off in terms of research, in terms of just overall results. And that's kind of suspicious how quickly they caught up to Mistfell and other schools. So Arihan came to investigate and found, besides the fact that you've got this frankly horrible setup of the dog eat dog world of the lower crest, that if you make it into the upper crest but wash out, you get your personality wiped and become a prefect, and who are basically enforcers for the upper council that consists of shade robes, which are a weird form of undead that coalesce around the robes of wizards who, I don't know if the wizard is dead or not, or if just that's a problem that wizards have, that, oh, my robes became a shade robe because I didn't wash them. But that's basically what they are. They are very magical. And she was looking in to see, because there's got to be more to it than just that. There is something deeper going on in Larrington, and what it is remains to be seen.
Interesting. Now, I'm going to direct this one to Matt. Tell us about dreams. You guys had a pretty fun dream.
We're not allowed to remember what happened to the dream.
Correct answer. 10 points to Gryffindor.
Excuse me, but I'm looking at my arm, and I'm remembering some things that I maybe shouldn't.
When you look at your arm, you have like strange hazy memories that come back of what you should not be able to remember. And then when you look away, they go away. And then you look and then they're back.
It's kind of inconvenient because what's written on Douglas' arm is Sashela, the name of a person who is working with the demigod Leafless, who is hanging out in the nothing space that doesn't exist, to be clear, but he is there, which is why we can't remember it or him. And I'll be honest, some of the details of that conversation do escape me.
The
That's
place
just
that
how
doesn't
good-
exist.
That's just how immersive the game is.
I think I remember a little bit about the dream.
Oh. You know a little bit about the
I'd
dream?
say it for the recap.
Go ahead.
He was guarding, it was something about the keys. He said that Tutheria was supposed to guard the keys, and that the keys are
First, who is he?
they're for mechs called Deus Adeli.
As an
But why?
aside,
I don't remember why he was there.
he was there
Trying to be forgotten.
trying to be forgotten.
Oh.
Now, Deus Adeli, as an aside, came from the world-building session of the Quiet Year that we did a year prior to this.
They're made of divium?
Divinium.
Divinium.
Divinium is called such very unimaginatively because it is literally made of god residue. When the Six do anything on the material plane, it destroys everything around it, and what is left is this glassy divinium that can later be forged into weapons or armor or anything really. Things made of divinium are exceptionally powerful, and also can resonate with certain people, causing them to grow. But that's not relevant, as there's no divinium right now in this campaign, haha. Anyway, that's Leafless.
There were a bunch of statues, and one of the statues was missing.
One of the statues is missing.
He gave
Just
the
like
name
Mark.
of the person that was not there, but I don't remember what it was.
Dougal can remember temporarily. Braiquin. What
right.
about Braiquin?
He's the third eye.
Not exactly, but close.
What? That's what I have on my notes.
Braiquin is the Cyclops Prince.
Yeah, but didn't he become the third eye?
There is a person by the name of One Eye who is similar, but not exactly. One Eye, for whatever reason, uses the iconography of the Cyclops King Braiquin. One Eye was also mentioned, but they are separate individuals.
And they've got ties with the rune magic that...
Cloud runes, yeah.
The rune magic that Oven uses is deeply related to Braiquin, and a text that Oven read includes mentions to Cyclops King Braiquin. One Eye, however, is a pirate captain who has developed some sort of psionic mutanogen. Very different people, but they use similar iconography. And the reason why is because the true power of a true Cyclops Eye is to see into the future.
That sounds like really good loot.
It would be very good if you could find a true Cyclops.
If only.
Maybe that will come into play at some point in the future.
I think Cyclops should be allowed to keep their eye. They've only got the one, after all.
No, they have a third eye, clearly.
Third Eye is a drug, actually, in the Calamity Archipelago.
I remember that. Oh. It's also a drug in the Dresden Files.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unintentional reference. I did not come up with this
It's
bit
a
of lore.
very, very common thing. You're like, oh, a drug that lets you see things that aren't really there. What are we going to call it? Third eye. Great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the obvious choices.
True. All right, and with that, I believe we are caught up on the recap.
We're doing investigations in the first week of school.
That is correct.
After getting enrolled.
And so, we begin the game in earnest.
Welcome to GTA 6. Or we could call this Bully. Maybe this is more of a Bully game.
GTA 7.
I pull out my rocket launcher.
The next GTA is going to be a crossover with the next Elder Scrolls.
And
They're going to be
Starfield.
the same game.
So, everyone, welcome to Larrington. Right now, you are in the upper crest. The lower crest is shown beneath.
Zephyr looks down on the peasants below him. I'm kidding, of course. Because he can't.
Did we long rest, by the way?
You should long rest, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
if it didn't hit last time, do it.
All right.
So, investigation continues. We all recall what we were doing on the last investigation, of course.
I don't.
I remember what
I
I
had a
was
plan.
doing. It's in
Don't
chat.
worry, it's typed in the chat. So, Oven right now is trying to take an inventory of people, things, and projects within Upper Crest to try to gain some information, whereas Gruel is trying to ingratiate herself with the A1 Mafia.
Oh, Oven's going around checking out projects and stuff?
Yes.
Basically trying to see how much stuff is around here, what people are doing, what's everything that's publicly available to us to know, we should know. And maybe brought other people up to learn secrets. Like, if we anger them, how many prefects are really going to come attack us? How many teachers are there?
I could go with
How many
Oven.
students are there?
You're going to go with Oven? All right, Oven, you will be assisted. So, if you could kindly give me some investigation checks, I'd say just start with one for now, and we'll see how that gets us.
Can I use charisma?
You can use charisma. And you would have advantage as you're being assisted.
I will help.
Your help is immensely
helpful.
22.
Amazing. Okay. As you are going around asking people what's going on, you, of course, recall the conversation that you had before in the halls of your dorm. You know one of the projects, at the very least, is. But the big projects, the ones that really, really matter, are the ones being dealt by the Shade Robe Council.
Understandable.
And specifically by the 3 that aren't Rebuar. Rebuar does not care about anything that is beneath him. Rebuar just gets stuff done. Beneath him, however, are Kelfrey, Orestel, and Fears. You can learn about 2 of the 3 with a natural 20.
Since they're all essentially unknown.
I will give you some information that you know about all three of them. Sorry for the delay, just had to pull up my notes on these guys. Helfrey is a war wizard through and through. Oristel, on the other hand, focuses in divination magic. And Firus is into the idea of modifying people specifically, but also things. It is a very weird mix of transmutative magic and conjuration.
All right, definitely that last guy and the divination guy. I think they're probably the most prevalent to what we are investigating.
Okay, very nice. So, Oristel is working on a project and has a number of highly regarded divination wizards involved into it. Now, it is understood that divination wizards have the ability to see into potential futures and control them to an extent. What Oristel is trying to do is trying to figure out what arcane process creates that, and if the arcane process exists, can it be replicated in artifice? And if so, is it possible to create potions of portent?
That's some nice research.
Theodus, on the other hand, is currently investigating specifically something that gets under your skin a little bit. He's investigating what are the fundamental differences between Lightborn and Clayborn. And it reminds you of something that you've seen earlier here.
Does it? Oh, like I mean, it kind of came up in the village with the roads. Or are you alluding to something else?
If you recall, the Viridian Knights
Oh, yeah.
were attacking some Kriskrik for this reason.
Oh yeah.
They were doing the research on that.
So Fierce is the one who sent them to go get him.
It's possible. You don't know. All you
Okay.
know is that he's researching that.
Someone has a prince, is probably him.
You still don't know what Calfrey, Reverar, or Qdrai are doing. So that will be the first check. There are 6 days. We'll move on to someone else. I'm going to say that we'll do this in 2-day increments just to speed things up on this first part. Gruel and Dougal, what are you up to?
So last time around, Dougal had got in a position that got him into the research area just as a note taker, just helping out. And I believe that project was about targeting and magic missile, seeing if that could be applied to other spells. So that's the thing he's continuing, but I think given that the whole prefect thing has Dougal a little freaked out that he needs to show improvement immediately. I think Dougal's going to actually show up to class.
Hold on.
Hey.
You're the wizard
That's
that
a
can
good
change
boy.
the types of your spells, right?
Yes, he can.
You can already change the type of magic missile. That seems like directly pertinent or related
Yeah,
to
but
the
that will only ever be as potent as magic missile,
True, but I
as
mean,
opposed to auto hit scorching ray or something.
I'm not saying it's exactly what they're doing. I'm saying it's related.
All right. So I will give you 2 choices here. These will contribute to various projects, And above board, I am going to let you know what the end result of the projects are so you can make a rational and informed choice on what you want to do. In both of these, you are expel magic missile. Now, you can either focus on the academics and on the study of magic, which in doing so, and combined with deeply researching magic missile, will grant you the spell magic missile, and it will always be prepared. You are literally researching the foundations of the spell. This is just going to be something that you know in and out. Or you can focus on the research element of magic missile. And if your research is successful, keep in mind, these are only possibilities, right? If you roll like ones on all your arcanas, you will not get this bonus. But alternatively, if you focus on the research element, you can augment your magic missile spell. You will learn it. It will not always be prepared for you. You'll have to prepare it. But when you cast it, it gains an additional missile.
Ooh.
So power
Knowing-
or versatility?
Knowing Dougall's like tendencies with research, I think that Dougal is going to go for the fundamentals, just understanding how it works in and out, because yeah, he's of the opinion that he can't really do magic unless he like really goes in from the bottom to top. But that's been his whole approach all along. So that would be his approach here. And having a spell always prepared for free, it seems nice.
All right. Then, two things. First, give me a d20 luck check here.
Okay.
Your luck.
Nice. Normal day of school. Then, an arcana check to see how well you can follow along with the instructions.
Now that will probably go a little better. Oh,
I'll give you inspiration on that since I got an extra one. I think it's probably worth. Or they were doomed to begin with, anyways. Okay. Some things are fated.
You are trying to pay attention to this. The method of teaching here, however, is not ideal. This is a university that assumes that you already know everything. It's one of those types of places. The prof is like, and since this is elementary, we'll just skip a few steps. And you're like, wait, no, stop, go back, please. I don't skip these steps. I'm dying here. I'm dying. You're able to follow along to an extent, but as you're following this fundamental type of research, this is very much in combined with what you're learning. It's fundamental, but it's an advanced look at the basics to the extent of you are able to sort of understand what's going on, but it's not sinking in. You hear it, but you can't put it into practice yet. You are at 12 out of question mark. Oh, and Furus said that because I was clicking on Furus. All right, Jazz.
I believe last time I went to what was the name? The bookstore. And I think nothing of note happened, I believe, because Liren wasn't there. I think I just talked to the bookstore owner, and that's it. I guess I could try going again. I don't know if they'll be there this time, but
Right. Luck is more in your favor the less you succeed. In this game, it does not work the same way with lottery tickets. Helpful financial advice for anyone in the chat. If you could kindly, Jazz, give me a luck check to see if they will arrive there. She is not there.
Rip.
You show up there, and at this point, there is a person from the A1 Mafia that you recognize in the crowd, and she glares you down. You're the one that got into the upper crest in like a few days, right? I remember you.
Gruul would nod.
What do you want here? Have you come to rub it in our faces?
No, A1 Mafia. Want to join.
You want to join the Mafia? You already got in the upper crest. We saw you. And we remember your pleasant little words for our... What do you want? Be honest.
Mafia doesn't go to Upper Crest?
Go ahead and give me an insight check here.
Okay. Inside. There you go.
Oh
Oof.
my gosh.
As you say this, she turns away and you hear, like, she clicks her tongue in, like, the anime way that they all do.
Oh.
She pauses for a moment and completely collects herself. What this gesture means, you're not certain. So, you've been looking into us. Is that it?
Gruul, like, nods.
To
Yes,
what end?
Heard A1 Mafia goes to Upper Crest. Now I'm in Upper Crest. Want to join A1 Mafia.
The A1 Mafia does not join the upper crest. Not anymore.
Why not?
Revoir put you up to this.
Who?
Don't play dumb with me. You know who Revoir is.
No, who Revoir?
Give me a deception check.
Wait, do we know who Revoir is?
He's
Yeah,
one of the
we
trade
do.
council teachers.
Oh, he's one of the teachers?
He's the Shade Robe guy who invited you into the upper crest.
Oh, I
Okay,
see.
I'll rewind. You do not make a deception check here. This is Jazz not remembering after 3 weeks.
No. Revoir don't know too well.
Clearly not. You seem to think we're the enemy.
I would not want to join enemy.
Hmm.
Gruul is friend, and then she tries to like shake her, like puts her hand out to shake hands.
You see the orc girl, her hand is like much larger than yours, but she has like this really pretty blue nail polish.
Nice.
He tentatively grabs it, and like you get this indescribable look of just pure paranoia.
Oof.
Passive insight. She does not know what to think of you at all. So, what is your goal here? You want to join us. Why? You're in the upper crest. What's the point? I could blow a whistle and have like 8 goons here jump you.
That is test to join.
You have accidentally just destroyed her mind here. She does not know what to make of you at all, and you're just making it worse every time you say anything. And you see her paranoia and confusion begins to grow even more.
It's okay. I come back when Lyra in here. Don't need to be scared.
Give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. Shift click. There you go.
The halfling luck gave you the exact same.
That's fine, actually. A lot of 12s this session. This is the 12 session.
12, 12, 12, 12, 12.
Yeah, there's just a 10 in the middle.
There's a 13 and a 10.
Otherwise, it would be perfect.
You see that she looks at you just absolutely incredulous. Okay, but you come alone.
Gruel nods.
She like continues shaking your hand for slightly too long before letting go. Corin. My name is Corin.
My name Gruel.
And as she lets go and then turns away, you feel like a tension release that you barely were cognizant of. Out of the corner of your eye, you see that there were two people in the A1 Mafia that were just around the corner, like pretending to read books and watching this, and they sort of dissipate.
Oof.
All right. Day 1 and 2 investigations have been very fruitful for everybody here. But let's see how day 3 goes. We'll start with... Let's go with Dougal.
Dougal is now convinced that if he proves that he is too stupid to learn magic missile, he is going to get prefected. He is desperate to learn this. So back to class.
Back to class. You remember the Will Smith song where he's like, back to the lab and that's what happens? Remember that one?
I'm not a person to ask about
No.
anything music.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I remember
Hats remembers it exactly.
I remember the what is it? Andre 3000, Dexter's Lab, back to lab again.
Yeah, that was a good one.
All right. Let's see an Arcana check.
Back to the lab again. Whoa, whoa. Back to the lab again. Whoa, whoa.
I love stacks. All right. You, after your first few days going over this, you get the sense now that you're like starting to catch on to what's being said here. What they are doing is qualitatively looking at the spell Magic Missile. And the reason why this is being done is not just to teach the fundamentals, but to teach an important lesson of wizard versus wizard duels. And as you're looking at this, you realize that this class is less theoretical than you first thought. It definitely goes into higher theory, but is far more practical than you first realized. If you guys have ever read Hegelian textbooks, it's like that. It starts off like by defining a bunch of stuff in rigorous detail and then building off of it. And you're starting to think maybe it wasn't like your fault that you didn't get everything at the beginning, because they were just sort of like going to the absolute basics. But as they build off those basics, you realize that this class is about explaining why the spell Magic Missile is the most underrated spell in a War Wizard's arsenal. Specifically, in dealing with other casters, because guaranteed sources of damage are a good way to break concentration. It goes into other details of when and why you would want to use them, including if you have a weak spot of an enemy that you have found, that you could exploit the weak spot using Magic Missile for guaranteed high return. Well, medium return, but guaranteed return nonetheless. Things
Every
like
magic
that.
missile breaks concentration.
Mm-hmm. And it's just like a humble spell that gets glossed over as like, one of the spells to learn in Misspell Polymagic. The way that Larrington tries to teach once you're actually being taught and not just, thrown out in the street and like, good luck. Larrington does not focus on learning a lot of spells. It focuses on learning spells and learning how to use them perfectly. And as you're thinking about this conceptually, you are considering this in sort of a vein of like looking at your spell book, and it's like, how do I use this spell more often? Not how do I use all of the spells as much as possible, but how much bang can I get out of every spell? And after 2 days of lecture on this topic, you feel like you're pretty close to understanding Magic Missile on like such a fundamental level that it would be second nature to you. but we'll have to see if you're able to fully understand the material. 28 out of question mark.
Progress.
Is there a luck roll like last time?
No, that was just to determine who would be teaching the class.
Ah.
Now, day... Did I say day 3 when I meant day 4? It's
No,
actually day
this
4.
Oh.
Because
we
day
did
1
day
was...
1
Yep.
and then 2 and 3. Yes, so that's my day 4. Someone else's turn.
Let's go back to Oven.
Are you gonna check out more of the projects? So I think that was a good lead. We still got 2 more shade robes we could figure out.
Yeah, but I'm pretty confident one that we want to go for. I don't want to spend.
Is Fierce's?
Yeah. I mean, he fits the bill perfectly.
It does, yeah. So.
And I don't think the
I'll
War
join
Mage
you
is
again.
really suitable to that. And
Okay.
the guy that brought us in, he's mysterious, but I don't know how much we'll actually get out of that.
Out of Kirai.
Yeah.
So, 2 things that I'll give you here.
Sure.
Which is, as a result of the 20, this is going to have carryover effects. And the main carryover effect is that the high-ranking wizards here are seeing you as very useful to have alongside. Like, Dougal as a research assistant is good because Dougal's great at taking notes and everything, whereas you guys are good for reasons that are completely unascertained, right? Like, you're just purely by the virtue of networking, people are talking about you at this point. Like, oh, you gotta have them on your team. Dude, Oristel and Fierce both had them involved in the research projects temporarily. And it's like you just made the connections to get in the door to have these conversations. But the fact that you were there is opening even more doors. You could theoretically look into Kirai and Reservoir at this point. Though it would be difficult. You can certainly try.
I would be making our search go wide rather than narrow. That's
Are Bargeway, like, are non-humanoid races still Lightborn, Clayborn, Soulborn?
Yes, but they're not God's chosen. Which is a way of saying that they are not capable of sapient thought. I actually discussed this at length with someone in Golden Fork, because essentially, if speak with animals lets you speak with animals, is it ethical to eat animals? And the answer is, it depends. But essentially, the gods chosen are capable of sapient thought, and speak with animals does not give sapience to animals, but it instead translates animal thought into something that could be rationalized as sapient thought, then translates that sapient thought into something that you can understand.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it does not give the cow the ability to write poetry, for example.
Yeah. How does the Awaken spell work, then?
It
Or is
gives the
that-
cow the ability to write poetry. Awaken spell gives sapience to a non-god's chosen.
Ooh.
yeah, but can anyone actually cast Awaken?
I was just wondering.
Yeah, you can.
It's like a 7th level spell or 6th level spell or something.
Oh, it's only 5th actually. Huh.
It's 5th level, yeah.
That's surprisingly doable.
But anyways,
so Bargeway could be useful in Clayborn research. I'm imagining Bargeway would have to be Clayborn.
Right. So you can further investigate the ones that you've looked into, or you can look into new things. So you can go vertical or you can go wide, I guess.
I think I'm gonna go vertical. We're going to ignore the other 2 for right now. Unless you want to split off and
I'll
try.
go. No, I'll stick with Oven. Yeah, let's check out Fierce. I think that's a good lead.
Where is he operating out of? How often does he come and go?
All right, go ahead and give me an investigation charisma here. At this point, you're in the inner circle, and you could presumably even meet with Furus, but you're with the team that helps him with his research.
Holy crap! Your help
Hell
is...
yeah!
That's the second time you've given me a 20 from your help.
Yeah, I haven't rolled it all today, but I'm responsible for 2 nat 20s.
Okay. Do you want to meet with Furus? I will give you this opportunity. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But with a 20, the choice is yours.
I think
And
meeting with
yours
him would
alone.
be...
Let them know we
I don't know, I
exist, which
feel
is
like-
probably good.
Let you stew this over as I give you some of the information that you're about to get. Furus goes into the tower, of course. Now, what is interesting about Furus is that Furus meets with Repervoir regularly, which, I mean, they are sort of related, right? However, Furus only does research after meeting with Repervoir. Furus does not talk to anybody about his research. He gives jobs to his assistants, he collects the data, then absconds with the data. Where the data goes? In the tower. The only time Furus ever gets involved is to book out the research chamber, which he can do without getting on the huge wait list because he's got Shade Robe privilege, does some stuff, and then leaves. Finally, the last thing that you learn about Furus is that Furus is probably the most condescending person in the entire academy. He does not see anybody as worth his time. Except when he's doing research. Would you like to meet with Furus?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Maybe we can help with this research, and that'll give us clues as to what he's researching and if it's related.
And we could talk to his assistants and see what they're working on.
Furus, who floats above the ground in this shape robe fashion, looks you up and down. Ah, so it's you. You're the ones that have been working with my research. I recall hearing about you two.
Yeah,
Yes, we were.
Sounds very interesting.
Yeah, we were curious about it. It's an interesting topic.
Interesting. That's how you see it. Okay.
Well, yes, of course it is.
Maybe promising is the best word for it. In terms of...
Promising? What promise do you see in it?
Well, you must understand we don't know much of the details, but obviously I assume the prefect are mostly related to your work, so you've demonstrated significant progress already.
You assume that the prefects are related to my work?
I mean, of course they are, right? Yeah.
Are you mocking me?
Oven looks bewildered.
What? I don't... Are they related? I don't think they are.
No,
Zephyr, go ahead and give me just a wisdom check on this one here.
Wisdom.
Don't worry, my character has 8 intelligence and 8 wisdom, so...
You did some research into the prefects. Fierce was not involved in that project at all.
Yeah, I don't think he's working on that. Fierce is more about the difference between the Clayborn and the Lightborn.
For now. And like you, old man, you know your place.
Thank you.
As for you... He gives like a side eye to Oven.
Well, I'm better at following orders rather than,
Shade Robes, by the way, have eyes, but they have no other facial features, and their eyes are basically like projections of magic. They don't... It's like neon signs. like little glowing dots that sometimes change their shape. Anyways, continue.
Can I try to bullshit some kind of connection between the two?
Go ahead and give me an Arcana check with disadvantage.
Advantage. Right. Oh,
A lot of 20s. 20, 20, 20.
I mean, like, if I used it, whatchamacallit? Inspiration, would I get the 20?
You would.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. I don't need inspiration for combat. What are you talking about?
All right. So you come to the conclusion at some point, as you're looking at all this, you are not the brightest mind in the scholarly studies. And you're aware of this. You've seen the best minds. Like, you've worked with them, you found yourself lacking, but you are curious, and your curiosity has led to this realization. The prefects are augmented in magic. They must be, because the prefects are not capable of casting higher level magic. You recall all of the safety warnings that they taught you many times, as for some reason they were worried you would try to cast something that you can't, because if you cast something you can't, you die. It kills you. Your soul cannot handle the magic. You are essentially like a glass vase trying to be filled with a fire hose. You will shatter. And yet, these prefects, who are not capable of cutting it in the upper crest, nonetheless are capable of casting spells that even Dougal can't. So, you come to the conclusion
I mean, that's
that there
not
must be
exactly high
some sort of
praise.
augmentation.
I have a question. The prefix, did we notice that they were all like Clayborn or all Lightborn or something like that?
They are not.
Okay. There's still a mix of the two?
You don't know, but you've not noticed any sort of demographic trend like that.
I know they all looked very similar, right?
Yes, they could be all Clayborn, but you don't have enough to demonstrably say that.
But I could, lie and say that I did.
I mean, you've seen a lot of Clay. There's just a lot of Clayborn here. Could be related,
Yeah.
maybe not. You could make that assumption if you want.
I mean, that's essentially what I'm doing. I'm coming up with a bullshit theory to make himself look less dumb for saying these things.
Okay. So, what do you say?
Oh, go ahead.
Well, you see, all the prefects. Here's my line of thought. All right, correct me if I'm wrong. They are clearly casting well above their normal means, which I was under my understanding that that would kill you, and yet there's so many of them here doing exactly that, casting way more powerful magic than they should. You know, my specialty is in ruins, which allows me to, do magical stuff beyond my normal means. It's some kind of enhancement similar to that, and I thought, well, what if there was some kind of like racial trend toward maybe Clayborns are better suited for that than versus Lightborn. They all seem very similar to each other, so I was wondering if you're like cherry picking that way.
Ferris at this point goes from like anger and like condescension to looking at you, to looking at the ground, then looking up. I apologize. I was not aware that I was in the presence of somebody worthy of discussion. Very well. What is your name?
I am Oven Stonecrusher.
Scholar Oven, you raise interesting points that I think relate to my studies a bit more than I even realized. You see, I did not make the prefects. The prefects were a creation of our headmaster. I have been working on this form of research for a while now, What is the nature between the Clayborn and the Lightborn? This was a duty given to me by the headmaster. However, my memories are not what they should be. There are gaps. As shade robes, you see, we cannot hold too many memories. It is dangerous. Our form will crumble. It is for this reason that Kurai had his memories wiped when he elected to leave the Shade Robe Council. Only Rebewar is capable of holding all of these thoughts together. Perhaps I did work on this. Because you...
You cut out. Oh no, I'm lagging. No! No! Discord.
Research! Yes, I must have been involved in this program. And as Furus says this, he looks visibly happy. I'm a genius! I knew it! And then curfew is enacted.
Uh-oh.
The eye immediately looks down at Furus, and Furus slumps. Like, you see the shade inside just dissipates. There is a crumpled ball of clothes.
I just made him think something he was
Furus?
not supposed to.
I kind of walk up to the Obi-Wan robes and like, Furus?
Something has happened to Furus. I believe that he has thought too much, and this is dangerous to Shade Robes. Hello, Oven, Zephyr.
Why is that? Why is it
Hello.
dangerous?
We are creatures of the mind, you see. To overburden our minds is to overload ourselves. Our forms become unstable, as you can see.
Is he gonna be alright?
Was that something that was done to him, or something that happens just because of the nature of shade robes? Was this an external force?
It is something that happened. But don't worry, we can fix him. I can fix him. It's just a matter of providing spell juice.
Which one of the shade robes is this?
This is Rebewar.
Reverend.
The one that he reports to.
So,
Oh, yeah.
don't worry, Furus will be fine. This happens from time to time.
It seems like
It's
he was
one-
like on a breakthrough there.
Yes.
Yeah, he had come up with an epiphany.
An epiphany on what? What was he thinking? Can you tell me what it was he was thinking before this happened? It might be useful in trying to prevent this from happening in the future.
Oh,
Can I insight that? Because
Go ahead.
it sounds
Bummerhead.
reasonable. It sounds, I mean, that sounds like a totally reasonable thing, but I feel like there's more to it.
Yeah, but I don't think I want him to be able to prevent it in the future. I think I want to lie to him.
Yeah.
You
19.
hear Rebewar say this, and as he says this, it is the most reasonable thing in the world. But before he says it, there is this malicious glint to his eye lights that he briefly flashes and then controls.
Well, we were talking to him about his research between Clayborn and Lightborn, and it wasn't something we could quite understand. He seemed to be realizing things faster than we could keep up, and then curfew started and he disappeared.
Partial lie. Advantage to a deception check.
Yeah.
It'll let me do the talk. Oh god,
Ooh.
I will lend an inspiration.
that won't help. It'll give
The
us a
only
5.
inspiration I
It
have.
No, the
already,
thing
there's
that would
already
do-
inspiration.
Oh no.
Like, this is already an
No.
advantage.
Oh yeah, it's already an advantage. Okay. So, crap. Can I spend an inspiration to just re-roll flat?
Nope.
Damn it. What do I have? I don't have anything.
I mean, it knows. It basically says that we know more than we're telling him,
Okay,
probably.
yeah.
and he's aware of that.
Reboir turns to Oven. So, Mr. Stonecrusher, do you have any idea what's going on?
I have a mild idea based on what you just explained.
What Fierus was saying. Apparently Zephyr couldn't follow it, but I recall you had a curiosity on the arcane arts.
Yeah, I mentioned that we were talking about the prefects.
The
and
prefects.
How they were enhanced and being
They
able to
were
cast magic
enhanced.
above their capabilities.
You were talking about that to him.
Yeah, I was misunderstood. I looked kind of like a fool.
You were misunderstood. In what way?
Well, I thought that. Oh, that's too embarrassing. I don't want to.
No, please. My brother is sick, and I am trying to cure him.
But you said you could fix him already.
There are
you
certain
shame
thoughts.
me as well?
I'm not trying to shame you. I'm trying to find the... Certain thoughts to us Shade Robes are like landmines, and just thinking them causes problems. We need to find out what these things are so we can look into the roots of them so we can excise these dangerous thoughts. I am the only perfect Shade Robe, you see. The other ones are imperfect.
Were you in charge of that prefect system? Or was that the headmaster?
The headmaster is in charge. I supervise it. I am an assistant to the headmaster, I suppose.
So, you report to him and everyone else reports to you?
That is correct. And I hate to pull rank here, but my brother is sick. You must tell me.
I'm sorry, what do I need to tell you?
You said it was shameful and you didn't want to discuss it, but I must find out what it was.
Oh, I unfortunately said that I thought he was in charge of the prefect system. But, of course, that was completely wrong.
Give me a deception check.
I mean,
This is a partial lie, but...
What's the whole truth, then? Like, the whole truth is the realization that he came up to, not just...
Exactly, like you're...
Okay.
He's clearly asking,
Yeah.
what did he think? And you're like, oh, I said, he made the prefects. And then leaving out the part where he told you that he probably did.
Yeah. Just, stopping short of the important stuff. Acting all timid and shy about it.
So, he did create them, but then they wiped his memory? But then the headmaster created prefect.
Well, but he was probably part of the process, and then they wiped that part from his memory.
I am going to roll above the table here for the insight. 17 minus 7, because you rolled a 5, so this is going to be a 10 is the DC. The DC normally for these things is a 12. You failed by 7, so we're going to subtract 7 from Oven's. Do you see how I came to this number?
Yep.
Yeah.
The first lie did not work, but Oven's lie kind of salvaged it. Okay. Reboir.
There's very little chance.
Can I use inspiration for disadvantage? No, is that a thing? Disadvantage inspiration? I can't remember if that's a rule. I think that's...
You can for someone attacking you, so I'd assume you can.
You cannot.
Yeah, it looks like it's only for advantage. I think I'm thinking of lucky.
Reboir picks up Fierus's robes and flies away, not saying another word. The eye continues on for some time before turning off.
So could it be that curfew happens every time a shade robe thinks of something it's not supposed to?
But things were
I'm not sure if...
Shadow demons were attacking last time it happened.
Maybe that's what happens when they run out of control.
Is that why it's so dangerous?
I don't know if that's what the Shade Robes do. It seemed like it was done. Did he collapse first, or did the curfew light go on first?
Give me
I
a
think
perception check.
didn't the curfew light went on first, right?
Sounds like he collapsed
perception.
Oh wait, no, you might be right actually.
All right,
23.
beautiful. You succeeded at the check, and as a result, everyone gains inspiration. The light came on first.
Okay, I thought so.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Everyone
it's not
gains.
something inherent to the Shade Robes. It's something being done to them. Maybe something's constantly monitoring them and shuts them down when they go into places they aren't allowed to. Not physical places, but places of the mind.
Yeah.
Thoughts.
Everyone gets inspiration.
That was way more informative than expected.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you roll back-to-back 20s on investigation. I don't know what to say.
That's awesome. Alright.
All right.
That's awesome. Alright.
Well, that was the scene. Well, that just happened.
That just happened.
Anyway. Next, let's talk to Gruel.
Yay.
Gruel, you are going to the bookstore.
Yeah.
A1 Mafia, where Liren is.
Papa, look at that portrait. Oh.
What is your goal joining the A1 Mafia?
We know they brought books to the Upper Crest, so
Oh,
if we
right.
know who they brought the books for, we basically know who
yeah.
has the bargeway.
That's very key. Potentially.
She looks at you as you approach, and you can see that her entire entourage is there.
Gruel sort of like nods their head, and they hold their staff with both hands. It's like diagonal-less, kind of, so they can like look forward at Liren.
She lifts her left finger up and then beckons for somebody in the entourage to come close. They do. They then walk around and perform like a full investigation of the entire like street. Then they come back, say something. Good, you really did come alone. Now, is this just stupidity or earnesty?
Earnesty, I want join A1 Mafia.
Technically true.
Look, what do you want? You had an opportunity to get with us. We invited you. And you chose to blow us off. That is, you and your group. Are you splitting off from your group?
Did not blow off. Things happened quickly. Had to go Upper Crest. Deal with Golem too. Very fast. Couldn't make a decision. Yes, join A1 Mafia.
The stated goal of the A1 Mafia is to create a protective group in order to solidify the A ranks. You are in the Upper Crest. You are above the A ranks. You have no reason to join us.
Well, most people rank up to A rank and then rank up to go Upper Crest. If A rank stable, less competition going into A rank. More stable, less people trying to take spot in Upper Crest.
An interesting point, and yet I don't believe you for a second. You don't have a problem with competition. You've destroyed everything in your path.
I
She-
just give reason I think you want.
She whispers something, and then like one of her entourage pulls like half the entourage out, and you can see it's just like a closer inner circle of Lyrans. What did you see in the upper crest?
I see a many building. Experiment building, dorm building, shade robes.
I know what you see in there. What did you see in the upper crest that made you come to me?
Girl shrugs her shoulders. Not as tight ship as you run. A1 Mafia, really good. Good leader.
I told you we don't have a lead. Look, I'm in charge of the Advanced Bureau. My job is to settle disputes and to be the muscle and firepower. We have a council, and I'm a member of it. Sorry. I don't mean to get mad at you, I'm not the leader.
Exactly. Council, tight ship.
You see, like, as she says this, the entire council just kind of, like, looks at her and then looks away. So, yes, I sometimes go into the upper crest, and sometimes I talk with Weberar, and things like that. But I am not the leader. I just happen to be the best wizard, but I am not capable of running the books. I can't run the stores. I don't know anything about accounting. Everyone here does their part, right? They all just kind of nod. And then you hear one of them say, but boss, I'm not the... Okay. Gruel, was it?
Yes.
She looks at you like she doesn't know what to say. She just stares at you, and is going to attempt to use her insight ability on you. Of course, she has no idea what you're trying to accomplish here, so she does not do exceptionally well. But nonetheless, rolls pretty well to kind of like read your posture. What would you say you look like here? Like, what's your expression, body language?
Probably like kind of relaxed, hunched over. Not really like good posture in any way. Just sort of like scanning the room, kind of like looking back and forth at the council and Liren. They got the staff out. They're holding the staff with both hands. They don't look like they're in like a pouncing phase, ready to like attack anyone or anything.
I have looked into your type of magic. We've heard reports of what you do. You transform into constellations.
Rule nods.
That is such a weird sentence to say to someone. You changed into a constellation.
So, I did a little bit of research into that. There's a few druids that have used this form of magic over the years. However, it's fallen out of popularity as of recently. It's considered archaic. Tell me, how is it that you know such an ancient Shelmaritian art?
Shalmaritian druid, teach me.
I see. Have you been to the temple?
No.
No. It's virtually impossible to get in there, I've heard. Look, I'll cut to the chase. All of you use incredibly weird magic. Even the way your wizard does things is weird. I've seen his incantations. When you cast a spell with somatic components, there's a ritualized way that you're supposed to do it. He does it from the inside out. It's like he's creating every spell from the ground up instead of memorizing how things are supposed to be. And the rune magic? You all do not belong here. You don't. You have nothing to gain from a place like this. Why are you here?
Carol, can I roll an insight? I just want to see like what their attitude here is. Like,
You can.
oof. Oh,
Halfling
yes.
dog.
As you are looking into it, you see like something has snapped inside of her. And you're used to her being very domineering and like just in control of everything. But between these conversations that you've had with her, like the first conversation in the streets, this second conversation now, between how she treats like the people around her, you come to realize that Liren is just genuinely a really caring person outside of this tough exterior. And you've broken through somehow. And you see worry in her eyes.
This is when you confide in her slightly.
All right.
Yeah, I think you could tell her.
Gruel, I don't know if there's any animals nearby. Gruel's gonna start speaking in Sylvan. Animals in the vicinity, could you please come? Converge into this room.
You see that there's like a pet owl that was like sitting on like a bookshelf, just watching, that suddenly flies over and then rests on your shoulder.
Guardian of Noom and Noom's creations. I know you give books to Uppercrest about Bargeway. I hear from other animals missing Bargeway. What do you know about this?
Suddenly, there's like a flicker of fear in her eyes. Passive insight, baby. You should not look into that. If that's what you're looking for, get your friends and go home. It's my
It's okay.
earnest advice, but you're not going to follow it. You're just like the lady in red. So,
Lady in red.
do you want to know the purpose of the A1 Mafia?
Gruel not.
What I'm about to say cannot leave this room, and I'm telling you this for your safety, and so that you'll please listen to me and leave. Ever since the new headmaster Latcher appeared, the prefect program has come into existence. This eye that has been realized by the tower. I have met with the headmaster, or so everyone is told to believe. I tell only my council this, and I'm telling you this now, because I believe that you are in league with her. The lady in red. And you can get her and all your friends to leave. There is no headmaster. At least, I've not seen a physical body, for one. I think it's just Repertoire calling the shots. However, the prefects, they're all connected to something underneath the tower that I haven't seen with my own eyes. They all have one mind, but they must connect in with the tower in order to think together. This Bargeway Prince is them trying to consolidate all of the prefects so that they can share thoughts anywhere. That's the only explanation. They're going to turn us all into prefects. I made a deal with Repertoire that we get to go free. We hold down the A-ranks. And when the time comes, my people will get to leave. You don't know what they're capable of. I don't know what their end goal is, but it can't be good. These people are monsters, Gruel. Do you know why things are as horrible as they are in Larrington? Rebuar told me. You know where monsters come from, right? Sin. Thoughts of hatred, of malice. Why do you think the lower crest is like this? This entire place is a godforsaken Shade Row breeding ground.
Cool. Unethical as hell, but cool.
The A1 Mafia, we're not trying to keep us in the A rank so we can advance. We're trying to keep everyone out of that fucking abomination.
That makes sense.
I had a feeling.
Using it as like a Wi-Fi router to give them all a hive mind? That's pretty clever.
Good work. Keep people out of Upper Crest. We deal with issue. Thank you. And then Gruel's gonna turn around and start walking outside.
Wait! She reaches out. You can't! I'll get you too! Do you turn back?
Yeah, she turns around.
Please, just go home. You're not in too deep.
Don't worry, we are Aether Pilgrim. If they get us, we go missing. Hinklia sends more. Fear not.
You see, like, she's on the verge of tears, but she just, like, puts her hand down to her side and then just nods.
Gruel whispers something in Druidic and then walks out like a prayer.
And so, let's have a 10-minute break, everybody.
Before you go, the lady in red is Arihan? Question mark.
Arihan, yeah.
Okay, cool.
They have-
Lady
Remember,
in
Arihan
red.
and Ko have been just beating the crap out of everybody. And taking their badges.
Yeah.
Like,
The A1
They
Mafia
had a whole
is like,
pile of A1 badges, yeah.
this is a pile of people they've saved.
Feels good, man.
Now it's getting interesting. Now we actually know a bit about what's going on.
All coming together.
Yeah. Oh. So yeah, it's they're using the Barjouet Prince for their telepathic abilities.
Well, they want to. I don't know if they currently are.
alright, let's go for a break.
Okay,
Everyone
I'll be
use the
back in 10.
AFK function if you can.
I hope it works this time.
Right click
AFK
AFK.
mode.
Big
Engaged.
AFK is in the chat. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Alright, I'll be back in 10.
Alright. Oh.
Hey, thank you for meeting me here. I had no idea that such a cool arcade existed so close by. What should we do first? Well, I'm extra tempted by the UFO catchers, but I'm also just a sucker for real prizes. What do you want to play?
A versus game.
Ah, versus game, huh? Okay, whoever loses has to win the other plushie in the UFO catcher. Deal!
Actually, I'm going home.
Yatta! Okay, don't worry though, I'll go easy on you.
Yeah.
Wait, how did you do that? Wait, stop! Tell me how you did that! Wait, no! What? Ugh. How did this happen? I've been practicing so much. I think my stick was broken. Well, you win, I guess. Good job, though. It's just a game. I'm just a little sad that my practice didn't get me anywhere. What would you like me to win for you?
Let's work together. Yeah, they.
Wait, really? Okay, well maybe I can take the controls and you can look through the side to help guide me.
Oh, bogger.
Yes, we got a first try! We're quite the team. Wait, but why? You won fair and square. I cannot accept it. But if you insist, I have an even better idea. Let's win another one for you. Thank you for being such a good sport. I guess I can learn a thing or two from you. Okay, round 2. And I'll definitely beat you this time.
What? I don't understand. Like, I do be a little. Another one. Yeah. I have no idea what the fuck happened to this. Where'd all my fucking gravy go?
All right, I'm back.
Hello. I'm
And
eating a sandwich,
some people will be
and it is
back.
delicious.
Indeed.
The Larrington arc.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Now we're cooking with gas.
Time to blow the tower up. Because now we know it's the Eye of Sauron.
We gotta get under it.
We've got to get the barge way out of it first.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably stored
Yeah.
underneath it. Probably.
Save the crab, everyone.
We throw the nearest ring into the nearest volcano.
Okay.
Where's the nearest volcano to Larrington?
Volcano Gaming.
Way up northwest, I think there was one. Unless I'm wrong. Might have just been a mountain. The tallest mountain or something. There a volcano there?
Aha.
I'm on a Lord of the Rings kick right now.
World map of Luskalia.
Aha. At some point, my microphone became unconnected, and I don't know when. Another curse audio session.
Oh, no!
I was recording locally just in case. You might be able to splice in audio.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
You might be able to. I didn't get some of the
we've been
recap at the
safe.
start because I didn't. I just went, oh, I'll just start it whenever. And yeah, but if it was recent, then
All right.
yeah.
I will use the spliced audio to save the VOD. Thankfully, nobody was watching.
Except for all the people that were watching.
No, they actually left because I wasn't saying anything. I saw a bunch of people left and then went, why'd they leave? I found out why they left. I was like, I'm actually doing the good voice acting for once. Normally it's not good, but this time it was good. Thank you to everyone who showed up. Anyone in the chat that's not us, which I think is just like 2-3 people. This VOD will be difficult, but will be worth saving. I cannot believe my microphone came unplugged and then my audio setting did not appreciate this and did not recognize the microphone the second time. I should have caught it. But either way, it's now working. And we can actually fix the audio this time. Thank you, Matt. My hero.
We'll see
Now,
if it's good or not after.
With all that said, it is time for Dougal to return to class. However, for the third run of things, it can be assumed that since you are returning to your dorms that you can share the information. So, before then,
Yeah.
let's go to the dorms.
Everyone meet up in Douglas' room.
Which room is that?
All the way to the right.
Oh, there are bunk beds. I sit on the lower bunk bed.
That's the bed that Douglas sleeps on is now like squished and will not unsquish because of that.
Okay.
But
Yeah, my 110-pound frame really really made a dent in that mattress.
Grill, are you going to show up to the team meeting, or are you just going to sleep?
Oh no, I'll show up.
Go into the rightmost room. All right. So, we've learned some interesting things, Owen and I. Yeah.
like what?
Well, it seems like the Shade Robes have some kind of overseer that shuts them down when they think about things they aren't permitted to. Or, as we were told, it was dangerous for them to think about stuff, but what we saw the curfew activate, and then we saw Furus collapse.
I roll Arcana to call bullshit on that being a built-in thing about the shade robes.
Go ahead.
Ooh, good roll.
21.
Not
Okay.
only is this like absurd to think about, the only time that this sort of sensibility is held is for golems. And the reason why is because giving golems memories does not cause their brain to collapse. It causes them to eventually grow a sort of recognition of self. And that recognition of self makes them a possible candidate for housing a spirit. But Shade Robes literally are a house spirit by definition. So this is just complete hogwash, and even a fundamental understanding of what Shade Robes is completely denies this.
Yeah, that's not a very good excuse that they're using. They're wizard spirit things. That's the opposite of how they work.
Yeah, I thought it was weird. I mean, coming from the essence of a wizard, not being able to think too much really seems strange.
Well, here's also a question. If they're monitoring to know when they think about things they're not supposed to think about, why didn't he already just know the answers he was asking us?
Well, they get their minds erased periodically. Yeah, their memories get wiped. Reverie told us that Shade Robe memories get wiped when they know too much, but that's probably a lie. It seems they get wiped when.
Yeah, but I mean, it was like the second
headmaster
he realized.
Yeah.
They lit it up and killed him. But then when he came and asked us about it, it's like he didn't know the reason why.
Oh, I see.
So there's a disconnect there. Something else is monitoring them.
Could be like an automatic thing.
Or maybe he wasn't completely lying to us, but it was an external monitor, not an internal.
Yeah, an external automatic thing.
Just gave Douglas some passive arcana information.
He said it out loud too. He said bracket, Dougal, dash.
Dougal does not speak with brackets. Douglas not like quotation mark, fuck you, and quotation mark.
Dougal became a computer.
So the idea is that whatever detect thoughts should have been able to pick up on what he was thinking, especially if it was something he was saying out loud. Or
on who?
Guy who got memory erased. If it was detect thoughts was the fundamental
you're not
spell behind
it now.
No. I didn't type
suggesting
that.
that's how
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense.
So
as long as they're not thinking about it, it wouldn't trigger.
Makes it sound like he wasn't so much trying to figure out what. Sorry, who was the state that got memoried?
Rebivor?
No, Furus.
There's okay.
Sounds like he was trying to figure out what you knew, not what Fearbris knew, or what the
Oh,
yeah,
thought was.
Yeah,
testing us.
Like if it was a
Yeah,
private
it
thought
got-
that he was just thinking about, or if it was something that he actually told you or you made happen. Which,
Well, what he said and what seemed to trigger it didn't really seem like secret information that we were in danger of knowing. It was that Furus came to the realization that the prefects must have been his work,
He must have been
and
involved
then
in them.
that's
that's
a weird
when
thing
the
to
curfew
make him
started.
forget.
He did
It
say he
is.
had gaps in his memory, so when we talked about it, and we convinced him that he was probably related to that work, and he had like a big epiphany moment.
Yeah. So whoever this headmaster is, we gotta be wary of them.
He declared he was a genius.
Yeah.
And then promptly said, "Oh no," and died. I may be exaggerating slightly.
Okay, so we need to figure out how to get in touch with the headmaster. Or
Does anyone know who the headmaster
him.
is?
Gruul sort of steps up from like I guess like this corner is kind of shadowy, as a staff in her hand.
What a rogue.
Like Aragorn in the Lord of the Rings.
Standing in a shaded corner. That's
Yeah.
the rogue thing.
I talked to Liren, A1 Mafia leader. She says that Headmaster doesn't exist, or does not believe they exist. When Headmaster appeared, their name Latcher. That's when the prefect program came into being. Same with the eye in the tower.
How long
Liren,
ago was this?
I should have asked. Did
Okay.
not. Latcher does not actually physically exist.
What?
That's
mean, like-
Liren says Latcher does not exist. Believes it is Rebivor. Rebivor call shots.
Really?
I mean, that makes
That's-
He
sense.
was there immediately.
There is under the tower, hive mind under the tower. Prefects connected to it.
What?
Hive mind.
What?
Like, the bargeway. It's being kept under the tower.
Yes, Liren thinks
Oh,
bargeway.
Excellent work, Gruul.
Liren may deal anyone A1 and I believe lower cannot become Shade Rope to protect them. That is why A1 Mafia makes sure no one can join. Unless a part of
They're
A1
protecting
Mafia.
people.
Oh. Wait,
So you're saying they're not cowards, they're actually good guys?
Liren acted as a good guy. Yes. A good girl. Elf girl.
But that means we're in deep shit now.
No, we
Yeah.
must tell Arihan. Arihan has this exact goal in mind. Saving Bargeway means stopping this plot. Arihan wants to stop plot.
We have the sending stone that's connected to her.
Let's get her into the loop.
I think I can only send so many words.
Who good with 25 words?
I think you would be Gruul. I think you're the expert. I think you should be our go-to sending person.
Agreed.
Because you cut
Alright.
out about 25% of the words. So you're going to
Okay.
be very efficient.
Let's see. How do I word this?
What's most important for her to know?
All of it. That's the crazy part. I'm trying to
Okay.
how to word it.
Maybe
It's-
start with we want to team up. Maybe
Yeah.
start with that.
Here. How do you spell Rebivor?
It's actually a repertoire.
Reservoir.
I've been spelling it
Reservoir.
reverie.
Reservoir.
Oh,
Oh, I was
crap.
close. I was close.
Reservoir.
I didn't.
Okay.
Reservoir. Okay.
I did say Pog that like when I was doing my investigations that I was trying to pass that information to her using the sending stone every day.
Okay.
My original notes of what I wanted
Yeah.
to do with the week.
So I think day
Report any findings to Red Hair Lady.
Yeah, so day 4 would have been like you explaining what Furus's research was, and then this is day 5.
Yeah. You only really have to do the most recent things would be just pieced together.
Arihan, of course, would not respond to any of these. You would just get like a brief signal as if to like show that it's been received, and then she just doesn't bother responding.
Yeah.
It's 25 words, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't hyphenate a bunch of words together. That's not allowed.
Obviously, yeah. That'd be lame.
That's why it's most effective to use sending in German, because you just squeeze it all into one word.
You could do that in German?
Yeah, they just add words onto other words, and it's still one word.
Yeah, German has a lot of Franken words.
Yeah, but if you purchase Aether Blue, you can have more characters included in your sending.
Oh my god, stop. Now OGL 1.1 and its consequences.
You can get 40 words instead of 25. And you get a little check mark beside every single one of your sendings in their head.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay.
And I enter my submission for 25 words.
Yeah, I think if that's probably ideal, because in character we can always just like talk about what we should say and write it down on papers, and then compare and then use the best ones, right? So like. Yeah. Based?
Maybe, like, I think we need to team up at the very first.
Yeah, I was thinking something like this. Imagine hearing that. That sounds horrifying.
Upper Crest Shade Rope Breeding Ground. Bargery Prince. Timeline for prefix.
Yeah, that.
Some dorms must stop together.
It sounds like a conspiracy theory, bro. That's like
if I suddenly got a text message that said that, I would be like, "This is too much. I'm going to ignore it."
Sounds like MK Ultra, mind control, Washington D.C. It's like, what?
5 o'clock.
You've got 5 words left, right?
I believe so. Let me double check. One, yeah, that's only 3 added to the last part.
Congru.
I believe that's 5 more.
I think that adding the other robes are being controlled by him.
No, we shouldn't ask them to help us. We should be like, we got it under control. You don't need to do anything because we're amazing.
Yeah, I like what you said.
Other robes under his control.
Yeah, all robes under
or answer to him.
Thought control.
Robes 1 council. We know they're an all-in-one council. Robes 1 council. Reberar control. Something like that, maybe. I guess. Well, we were trying to say that like he literally controls. We can like shut their brains off, basically, right?
Robes under Reberar thought control. I don't think.
There you go. That's a lot better. Good work. Robes under Reberar thought control. There you go. I think that's the final one. Oops, I forgot the OOC.
You are very used to at this point. Well, Oven is used to. You get Arihan sending 0 words as a response, as in like you feel there's a response and there's nothing. Gruel, you get this response. Understood.
Ooh.
All right, they're coming dorms then.
This is the first time Arihan has ever responded.
Wow, I guess she really likes you, huh?
Oh, it's
All right. Day 6 and 7. On day 7, there will be a special event, by which I mean Arihan will presumably win. You never know; she could lose.
She is a Giga Chat, actually. That's why I really want her with us. Like, it's gonna help us deal with a lot of issues, probably.
She is top of her class.
So,
And the A1 Mafia would want to work with her.
They actually hate her, don't they?
Well, we actually don't even need the A1 Mafia anymore. They're there to deal with the lower crest.
We got the information we need out of them. Yeah.
Okay.
so
Now it's up to
day
us.
6. Dougal, you wanna learn some stuff? You wanna learn you a book?
Yeah, let's learn me a book.
Nice. I know exactly what I want to try and do. It'll be fun.
That's another Arcana check for Dougal.
Yep. And now that you have 28 out of question mark, I'm going to reveal it. The DC. The stakes on the table.
Is it 2?
It's 39.
Oh. 39. Okay.
We need like an 11.
Okay. This is doable. This is doable. You can do this, Dougal.
Very doable. Like a 75% chance to solve. What?
16.
Nice.
22.
Great success. On the final day, as you are learning about the spell Magic Missile and how wizards throughout the ages have used it as a staple spell day in, day out, you started off the class by focusing on the higher level aspects of it, which were designed not really to be followed in great detail, but because your form of magic is recreating everything from the ground up. You know the spell Magic Missile better than any person in recorded history, as far as you're aware. This spell
Greatest
is,
wizard of our generation.
when it comes to specifically Magic Missile, maybe so
Well, yeah, but he's only been doing that for 6 days. He's amazing.
that's true. You take everything in this lesson to heart, and the teachers here are in fact world class, and you hate to admit it, but they're better than Misspell Polymagic. The academy here is a goblin who stands on like a step ladder so that he can reach above the desk.
A stepladder or a pile of skulls?
No.
It's a stepladder decorated with little skulls. It was a gift.
Dougal, you've learned Magic Missile, and it has become part of your repertoire. But not a part of your repertoire.
Well, I can make it a part of repertoire.
In this final group of lessons here, the lessons are, again, this is like Magic Missile week, and the classes haven't like fully really begun, so this is sort of like an advanced lesson type of thing, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So you're just sort of like crashing into this class on basically this is fundamentals of magic, and it's like 501. And it's about going back to the smaller spells and learning how to use them. You have, at this point, completely mastered Magic Missile, and in the final part of this class, you are putting into practice what you know, and you're starting to realize, like, Magic Missile as an incantation is so simple that it is the only spell that has been directly countered. And as you think about this, you wonder to yourself, what is the difference between a cantrip and a spell? And in your head, you sort of ratify the two together and come to the conclusion, after hearing a story of Lunthus the Goblin King and the first, or Zero Wizard, as he's called, Magic Missile was the first spell that was ever learned by a wizard. that's why it has such a revered spot in Magic textbooks. It's like Magic Missile is the first spell that was reverse engineered. Why is that? Because Magic Missile, it creates multiple missiles, but each missile is really very, very weak. And then you think about it a bit more. If the missiles are weak, what's wrong with learning an individual missile and multiplying that up?
Yeah.
So unlike everyone else who just learns this spell as a series of magic missiles and you upcast it to get more, you learn it as one missile and just instead of upcasting it for more, you just duplicate it.
You just casted it really fast.
Exactly. And your method of casting this spell is like absurd. Like everyone else is just doing like slow, beautiful gestures. You're just like zoom, 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 zoom. But because of that, the base missile that you learned is so simple, you will never forget it. You have internalized it.
You're an
It's
anime
magic
protagonist.
missile, not magic missiles.
All right, Dougal, you have Douglified the spell. And as you think about this discovery that you've made, you, somewhere in the back of your head, unconscious of it, you are making progress on something else that you've just been toiling over and not really thinking about much.
Hooray!
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But if you could give me an Arcana check, we'll work towards a progress clock that I have in the background.
Interesting.
This seems
Very nice.
worth using inspiration on just to see if I can't push that a little higher. Yeah,
21.
I'm going to call that worth it.
+3, baby.
That
Okay.
3 will be important one day.
You will create your own first level
Day
spell.
7, special event, but we'll get there when we come to it. Day 6, Gruel. What are you doing?
Good question. Um, is there a library?
Yeah, there's a library.
I want to find books on shade demons and or dark lords to figure out like which dark lord this goblin founder worshipped, and if they're related at all. Are shade demons related to dark lords or what? Stuff like
Ooh.
that.
All right, go ahead and pop me an investigation.
Get an investigation.
Go ask Dougal, see if he knew.
Yeah, I could. Could have rather. Good point.
All right. Dougal's currently focusing on his studies. So, you are actually aware of who this Dark Lord is. And you're able to research who the Dark Lord is. Or you are aware of the basics of Shade Demons and can learn more about those. Which of the two would you rather?
When it comes to the latter, like the shade demons, will I learn like lore related stuff? I don't necessarily want to know too much about abilities. I just want to know like any sort of implication of why they're here.
You can learn lore for both of these things.
Okay.
Either or, rather, not both.
Either or, yeah, okay. I'll do shade demons because we've actually seen them, so I'll do shade demons.
Okay, I'll just tell you what the Dark Lord is,
Okay.
because this is actually like trivial. This is like DC 5. You clear this without even thinking about it. They were worshipping the Dark Lord Velselbrit. Actually, I should tell you this because it might change your decision. Hell. Velselbrit is the Dark Lord that was being talked about on the statue, right?
Right.
Now, you know that Velselbrit is not a Dark Lord. There are 5 Dark Lords?
Ooh, I thought there were 4.
You thought there were 4, but you want to say there are 5, and you don't know why. There's
They've been
5, right?
They've been removed. They've been removed from memory, from history. The
Leafless. Leafless was one of them.
But at one point, there was a Dark Lord Velselbrit. Velselbrit was killed by another current Dark Lord by the name of Tobias Thorn.
Ah,
I believe you wanted to look into the demons?
yeah, the Shade Demons. Big shades.
Shade demons. So, Shade demons. What are they and what aren't they? Well, I can tell you what they aren't, because there's 2 types of Shade demons. There's the type that exist and the type that don't exist. Shade demons, as you are studying them, are essentially beings of shadow, obviously. Shadow given form, with the exception of the true Shade demons, which are demons that are not made of shadow, but rather have similar properties to shadow. The reason why this is important is because lesser Shade demons do not actually exist as much as they are a conjuration of another demon. Most commonly, a greater Shade demon. But not always. Commonly, demons will summon these lesser Shade demons as minions to fight alongside them in battle. When lesser Shade demons are summoned in such a fashion, destroying them at their source will obliterate them entirely.
Right, yeah. We learned that in the fight.
Now, as for some lore that you might want to learn about Shade demons in particular, Shade demons fall into the devil territory of hell. If you recall, there are 2 factions in hell. There's the devil faction and the true demon faction. The true demons believe in absolute chaos, and they want to rule over hell and make hell as chaotic as possible, where anyone can do whatever they want. But you can also be punished for doing bad things if someone decides they want to punish you. But if they decide they don't want to punish you, whatever, right? That's the kind of paradise that demons want. No rules except for the rule of power. If you want to do it, you can do it.
Do as thou wilt.
Now, the devil faction, on the other hand, when they were given free will by the god of chaos, Kanchanbal, they decided that they are going to do the most chaotic thing possible and embrace absolute law and order. That's how they'll stick it to their creator. You wanted to give us free will so we can do what we want? We are creating the most rigid and oppressive system imaginable. What are you going to do about it? The devil faction.
Dad.
The devil faction is slightly stronger when it comes to hell. There are stronger demon kings on the side of the true demon faction, technically, but the organized nature of the devil faction means that the devil faction is currently slightly winning. Now, the devil faction works like so. You are a person with a soul. Your soul will be judged at some point and go to either heaven, the Feywild, the depths, or hell, depending on if you are good, bad, chaotic, or whatever the Feywild judges people. No one really knows how the Feywild works. It's just like they vaguely gesture in the direction of Nelstat and go, Nelstat's weird. When it comes to hell, though, you have to be extremely chaotic to get in, because Kanchan Bal will say, this is one of ours, right? But demons have found a trick. And the trick is, if you sign your soul to us, the devil faction, you go to hell, because you have signed a contract written with your soul. Devils will do whatever the hell, pun intended, you want them to, in exchange for you working for them in the afterlife as a devil. That's how the devil faction reproduces for the most part. Instead of the traditional, like, you're a demon, you're an agent of chaos, you are born into hell, fight your way to the top. They will just like say, all right, you want to win this cooking contest, I'll help you for a cost.
Ooh.
This is important to understanding what shadow demons are. Shadow demons, true shadow demons, are die-hard members of the devil faction. They are workers. They do not create the contracts. They do not enforce the contracts. They do not catch runaway souls that try to flee with the contracts. They are sent by hell to do a mission for someone else as part of a contract. So, if there are true shadow demons here, somebody has made a partnership with hell.
Oh. The plot thickens. Maybe Rebivore put their soul up to get rid of us or something. I don't know. Spooky. They were just patrolling the streets. They did seem like they were particularly after us. The hive mind prefects were like stunned. They didn't seem to know what was going on, but that could just be that they're blank.
Wonder if the ritual they drew on the ground was actually related to starting curfew or not, or if it's just unrelated.
Good question.
Well, curfew seemed to start pretty quick.
Yeah, the timing would be way too much of a coincidence, I think, if it wasn't curfew related.
Yeah,
It could be it could be both though.
We didn't see that when the Shade Probe died, though.
Could be multiple ways for curfew to start. Like that's there's an
Yeah.
automatic trigger if a shade thinks a no thought,
Yeah.
but it can also be done manually.
Right. By lesser people.
like, yeah, maybe something went wrong when those shades were everywhere. Maybe that wasn't supposed to happen.
Well, they were very clearly targeting us. And surrounding
Day
us where we
7.
were.
Something happens.
Uh-oh.
Wait, I didn't get to do
Oven
anything on D6.
And Zephyr, what are you doing on day 6?
Oh, God, I've been thinking about that this whole time, and I'm not sure.
Hey, Zephyr, you want to try and break more shade ropes?
We could go talk to Q-Rai.
Yeah, why don't we hunt them down? Let's see if we can make them think bad thoughts.
I mean, Q-Rai might not be affiliated, might not associate himself with Reverie. He's not part of the Shade Robe Council.
He's not part of the Shade Robe Council.
So let's go talk to Q-Rai.
Alright, let's see if we can get another nat 20 investigation charisma.
Roll again, Matt.
You helping? Okay.
The Oven Zephyr combo is just like inexplicably really good at investigating. Like neither are
not this time.
Oh no! Oh no!
My luck had to run out eventually.
Alright, I will give you 2 options. Number 1, you meet someone completely unintended. Number 2, you fail to notice anything. But Rebewar knows that you're asking around about Q-Rai.
Number 1.
Yeah, unexpected, for sure.
Alright. Why is it that you ask about my sister? Brother? Sister, brother. I am a sister.
Do we know who
Is
this
this another Shade Robe?
This is another Shade Robe.
Okay.
Wow,
We were looking for Q-Rai. He actually wanted us to meet up with him when we got into the Upper Crest.
Tell me. I am young as well.
Oh yeah, you're like 1 or 2 years old.
What is the difference between man and woman?
Well,
Is that a nature question?
I am robes animated by a spirit. I am a sister, I have decided. Q-Rai was my sister, but now is my brother, since his memories have been taken. Why is that?
well, it seems like I would say it's because your memories and experiences shape who you are. If your brother had memories of when he was your sister erased, that erased part of him.
Him or her?
Well, I'm using him right
Them.
now because you said brother. I could use them. They.
The limit
The-
of
But
the
yeah,
language, not of the world.
The Kirai that I remember was very different.
Really? What were they like?
They were so full of fight.
But do you see Kirai leaving the Shade Robe Council as not fighting?
Kirai wanted to take the spot of Rebuar, which is heresy. Rebuar watches over all of us. You make sure we don't think the bad thoughts that cause us to vanish into our robes.
Where are we right now?
Where do you want to be?
Uh,
You're asking around on the campus of the Upper Crest somewhere. Where do you want to be?
Why they're
Inside
under the
or
tower next to the
outside?
bargeway.
yeah.
Speedrun strats.
I'd like to be somewhere inside, but also not with a lot of people around.
All right. Tell me, what have you done to anger Rebuar?
Anger. Why would he be mad at us?
He says that you are dangerous, that you two ask too many questions. What do you ask?
Isn't that the purpose of the school?
No,
Pursuit of knowledge?
you ask the wrong questions. But I don't know what the wrong questions are, because if I think them, I will die.
Oh, yeah.
Can I insight this person? They're coming across as thoughtful and not sinister. Can I
Sure.
determine if... Because I kind of want to... I don't know if I want to say, like, what we've learned to... What is this? Oh, god damn it. I'm going to use inspiration. I'm using inspiration.
I
Okay.
wasn't worried about it, but
There
Could have
we
been a
go.
half one.
14.
14. Orstel, unlike... This is Orstel, by the way.
oh, the divination.
Yes, Orstel, unlike all the other shade robes, hides her eyes. There's no body language that you can make out of a floating robe. It's like, imagine someone grabbing a wizard robe and like dangling it around in front of you, right? There's no eyes. There's just like this hollow black smoke substance that makes up the shade. And there's eyes that are hidden behind the robe itself. Orstel intentionally hides her eyes. What to make of this is up to you.
Well, or still, I got a theory to put past you. All right. What
Yes.
if all
Yeah.
of you shade robes are actually the same, and the only perfect one, quote unquote perfect one, Reservoir, is because he doesn't have his memories wiped, and that you guys have all got selective portions of your memory wiped, so that you could do different tasks, but you're actually
it's
essentially the same.
Yeah,
I am
it's
not the same as Reservoir. Don't be ridiculous. He is complete. I am incomplete. The only other complete shade robe is Kurai.
Like QI has all his
Kira-
memories too.
Rice also.
No, his memories were taken. He denied being on the council. We can't explain what's in the tower to someone that... I mean, I don't know what's in the tower, but...
Maybe you don't know what's in the tower. You're on the council.
My memories of what happens in the tower are taken.
Were you here when they made
So-
the
so-
tower? Brought the tower in.
Oh yeah.
The tower was brought in long before. A gift from Deltros.
That's right.
I wasn't sure what the timeline of that was.
It was brought in a lot. When did the prefects show up, though?
They came by, and not this generation, but the one before, when Latcher took over.
Have you ever met Latcher?
I have felt Latcher.
Oh,
Felt? What do you mean by that?
I do not know. To know is to die.
Is it, or is to know to be killed? Are you sure that the knowledge itself is the dangerous thing to you?
Perhaps, perhaps not. What is the fundamental difference?
One's interior and one's exterior. One is
Yes.
part of your being, another is something done unto you.
But the end result is oblivion either way.
Yeah, but the result isn't all that matters. It's the
It
path
is
you
when
take
the
there.
result is oblivion. I do not wish to
Oblivion
die.
awaits. No one wishes
what
to
kind of
die.
research are you doing with the memories you're allowed to have and the things you're allowed to learn?
The research that I do is given to me by Rebawar. I complete the research and my memories are taken as to avoid my death.
Don't you feel like that limits your progress?
No, because my memories are given back to do the research.
There's a period of time where you have all these memories.
That is correct, under the supervision of Rebawar, so that I do not think anything that causes my destruction.
But you don't die when you have all those memories.
Yeah, that seems kind of like a paradox. You can't have them, but you are given them, and you do have them for a time.
It is not the memories that is the problem. It is what the memories lead to. To think things that are dangerous. But by removing
Okay.
the memories that lead to the dangerous thoughts, and only having the memories when I am doing the work that is required to protect our town. That is the way forward.
I don't know. That seems like a path to not learning from your mistakes if you can't remember them.
What was the name of the shade that died yesterday? Or the other day?
Fierus.
Fierus. So, I'm curious. What do you think about Fierus having, in the past, helped with the prefect system being implemented?
Furious helping with the prefect system?
Yeah.
I don't understand. How would he help with the prefect system?
I will then explain the same logic I did to Fierus.
Oh man, this.
This is called science.
Yeah, it is.
She thinks it through for a while, and you see her eyes for a second looking at you, and then they disappear again. No, that could make sense. I don't understand why, but... No, Fierus is new, right? He couldn't have done that.
Okay.
When did Fierus get here?
He is not as young as I or Kurai, but he is young.
Seems like all of the Shade Robes are young.
Maybe they are not as young as I think.
Yeah, maybe you're a lot older than you think you are. It's just that your memories were taken away from you. Let's say you mess up to a point where they want you gone. Well, they don't have to get rid of you. They just have to get rid of you. The lights turned on. They just have to get rid of your memories.
The eye looks in towards this building.
Used.
What do you do? It is
Look
inside.
It's in.
You are indoors, you said. You want to be somewhere indoors.
Yeah. So, like, the eye is actually inside the building, or is it shining through the window?
It is trying to find you. You are in the building. You see the light shining through.
Oh, but
you
it
see the
hasn't
eye.
found us. It's like looking around.
Yeah.
Don't let that light hit you, or you will go to oblivion.
I cast... Oh, no, I don't want to cast a spell, because it can probably notice that. Yeah, let's. How does it work? It's if the spell is cast in the lower section, they go for you, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions on Oristel. Hopefully to maybe get her to stop thinking about it.
Okay.
Oh, I don't even have it prepared. Never mind.
All right. Mind never.
I have silence prepared. I could do silence.
Oh. There's nothing I can do about that, I don't think.
So you are going to stay in this building?
Let's just stay in the building and wait it out.
Continue our conversation.
Do you really want to be in the vicinity when it's found out?
No.
I mean, we were last time.
Oh yeah.
But 2 times is 8.
Again.
Look, man, you're.
How about this? How about? I think we've said too much to you, but I don't think we're on opposite sides. Could you keep quiet about this? We've got to get out of here before, what's his name? Reverie shows up.
The prefects are coming. Oblivion awaits. Your actions have been deemed an assault on Latcher. You cannot be allowed to exist. The prefects are coming. Oblivion awaits.
Are you able to say anything other than that?
Your actions have been deemed an assault on Latcher.
I don't think that's her. I think this. Hello. Can I say hello, Reverie?
Is there? I mean, does knowledge arcana give us anything on that?
Go ahead.
The long shot.
I will give you guidance.
Guidance given.
What does guidance do?
Roll a d4.
1d4.
12.
You are not able to ascertain what exactly is happening here. What you are able to determine, however, is as you're looking at these robes, the black robes that are being worn here, you recognize something about them. There's runes on these robes. Oristel, however, does not give you time to investigate as she immediately flies up and away.
We have to get out of here.
Hold on.
I think we may be in trouble.
Well, of course we are. We want intentionally to go member of the council.
I think we may be in immediate trouble. We have to get out of here.
If I pull out a crystal, I don't know how activating these works. Like absorb ether.
They can absorb ether. This won't do anything to a shade robe, however. You can fill them with ether and then throw them at a shade robe, as they do not like ether.
No.
That won't really do a lot.
I was just wondering if there's
flash
like something like, because you can't really see ether, right? Or is it visible?
You can't. Some people can.
Can I?
I was wondering if there was like
Can
a
I
strange concentration of it here, and if I removed it, it would do something. But it's a complete shot in the dark. So
No,
Do
you
I
cannot feel.
any uncomfortableness? Okay.
You cannot feel like an excess of ether here.
Okay.
should I put it down first, or we just run?
Put Orstel down?
Yeah.
They flew away. I think they flew up and away.
Yeah, Oristel's like at the top of the building now.
Oh, like way up high. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's leave.
Alright.
Okay, both of you give me athletics checks.
Let's beat feet. Let's go.
You might have to carry me. Oh, wow. Oh, you still get better.
You guys both like Oven like pops a window open and Zephyr like gets a running leap and actually grabs onto the edge and is able to pull himself over. Oven just like jumps up and like in one smooth motion follows after. Oven, you kind of see Zephyr at this point, like this old man just do this pretty impressive physical act. You pop out the window out of the side of the building and run around it as you see like 12 prefects come to this building.
Holy fuck.
Are they coming from like the south? Because
They're
we could
coming
go
from the
up
south.
around.
Yeah,
let's go
exactly. So
up
you just
around.
go around the building like that and avoid them.
Dude, Zephyr, that was so
Alright.
cool.
Yeah, I think we're on a list now.
They're
Do you think
so
we should
easy
get out
to
of
break.
the upper?
I don't even have to hit them.
I know. You just have to tell them that someone's been erasing their memories. Well, they know that.
After
light
a
off.
while, the light turns off. So, day 7, something happens. You are returning to your dorms, everyone. And the last to arrive would be Zephyr and Oven. Gruel, would you be in Douglas or your own room?
Unless we have a reason to meet, I guess my own.
Okay.
Actually, the way things are, I guess we would just meet up right away. Probably have like when we're done our thing for the day, we just
Yeah.
yeah.
So, you guys are like sweaty, like you're winded. Well, Oven's probably fine, but Zephyr not having a great time after like running for his life. He can move
Luckily,
fast if he wants to.
The wind is always at my back, but I am still an old man.
Yeah. Oven, Zephyr.
Yeah, I think we would meet up immediately. I like that the movement has like it shows you like green, yellow, red. There we go.
We're back.
So we caused curfew again.
If you notice the red light, yeah.
Did you get seen?
No, but we went to go see Kirai, but we ran into their sister, Ortistel. And we told Ortistel about what happened to, I'm going to remember these names eventually, Fierus.
I do know that
And
she didn't disappear like Theris did immediately.
yeah, she kind of went blank and started repeating a message.
Do you think he made changes since the first time? So you get more information or something?
Yeah.
Maybe Oristelle wasn't to the point that she needed to be totally reset.
Or
Just stopped. But either way, Reverie definitely knows we're up to something.
That's not
I think our time
right.
here may be limited.
Our biggest problem is being mobbed by dozens of prefix.
Yeah.
So if we can shut off or interrupt their hive mind, that'd be ideal.
Yeah. If we could get the crab prince away from them, that would cripple them. We'd shut down their network.
Well, I imagine they've been around longer than the crab prince was stolen.
You hear a knock at the door.
I'll hold up my
Who?
like.
Sorry, it's me, Liren.
Liren? Oh yes, yes,
A1
Mafia. Yes.
As you look at her, you see like this blank stare in her eyes. and her
okay.
clean-shaven head.
Oh no.
Yeah, how did she get in here?
He was
How
made
did she
into
get
a
into the upper
prefect.
Oven, as you open the door, you look around, and out of the corner of your eye, you can see
Ah,
these
Spooky.
demons.
spooky demons. They're not supposed to be here, of all places.
And that's where we'll end our session.
Oh
I'm
no,
gonna move
not
my
like
token out
not
to see.
like this. Not like this.
Oh yeah, there's demons.
Yeah. Zephyr never saw them in character, bro. You're metagaming. I'm just kidding. All right. Have a good session, everyone.
Session.
Anything we'd like to give a shout out to here?
Yeah, shout out to my new cat Hazelnut for being
That's a
very
good
cute.
shout out.
Shouts out to Hazelnut. Shout out to a pretty entertaining YouTuber. His name is CoffeeZilla. He makes videos on scams. Pretty interesting YouTube.
Right, I'm telling Logan Paul you said that.
Yeah, most recently, I haven't seen any of those ones yet, but most recently he's been blowing up because he ousted Logan Paul's scamming ring, which is like a video game or something called Crypto Zoo. I don't know.
Oh, well, there you go. I can already tell.
Technology is stupid these days.
As soon as you say crypto, like your brain just goes, it's a
Of
scam.
course, it all makes sense now.
I don't give a fuck about. Hey, let's talk about crypto. Nope, I'm leaving. Goodbye.
I don't want to buy anything illegal, mister. I'm out. I don't need crypto.
Oh no, it's not illegal. It's just decentralized. It's because of the Fed can't.
I mean, doesn't...
I'm gonna give a shout out.
Oh no! Then you get trapped in a conversation for half an hour.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Tom Parkinson Morgan, creator of Kill 6 Billion Demons, which is an excellent webcomics you should read.
I will double that because I'm reading that now.
Guess what?
And it is great.
Lancer,
It is
which is a great
incredible.
RPG, and Icon.
Icon. Hopefully, it's iconic
Man,
to the
6 billion
to the
demons
stream
is
viewers
wild.
because we may switch to Icon. So hopefully, it becomes an iconic part of our.